Hello and welcome to the fifth round of the Power Maxed Mini Challenge and the second leg of Motorsport Vision's Mini Festival from Oulton Park. We are celebrating all things mini and we've got 4 fantastic races coming up for you. Over halfway into the season, but people are still really keen to join the championship. This weekend we welcome a father and son driving duo who bring with them a brand new team. Why the decision to join the championship now?
Well, we started racing last year in the BMW Compacts, and because Scotland's only got the one track, we thought, right, we need to spread our wings here. Callum's got some good racecraft, and what do we do next? And we've been following the minis for some time now, and it's getting ever so popular. And with the Gen 3 cars, they're really appealing to us. So we thought, right, we'll get down, try the one below, see how we get on.
So what's it like with a father and son racing team? How's the competition?
It is good. It keeps us both on our toes, but we also work together. So whatever happens at the weekend rolls into Monday, and whoever's on top has the bragging rights at work on the Monday. So
what's it like running a Mini? Because I know it's a bit different for you.
Yeah, it's a little bit different. It's a front wheel drive car, obviously. We normally run Lotus cars in Lotus Cup UK, Lotus Cup Europe, so it's a bit of a different challenge for us, but yeah, it's been really good. Well run championship. Yeah, really pleased with it. Hopefully we can get a couple more cars, maybe run 3 or 4 next year. That's the plan, so fingers crossed.
Beautiful conditions for the first race of the weekend with the Coopers. Now, there are only a couple of points separating championship leader Ricky Page from his arch rival Nathan Harrison. However, Ricky starts from 3rd position. Let's get the full grid from Ben.
Thanks, Michelle. Well, it is a very interesting grid with Simon Walton and Nathan Harrison sharing the front row. Then Ricky Page and Henry Neal, Max Blades and Adam Davey on row 3 from Mark Wakefield and John Attard. Well, this is the Mini Festival North. It's a large crowd at Oulton Park, and away we go on a beautiful July day, sprinting towards Old Hall for the first time. It is Simon Walton who gets the jump over Nathan Harrison. A very good getaway as well. The bright yellow car of Henry Neal, who moves across into the path of Ricky Page. Darren Chat has a bumpy ride, runs wide, loses out to Max Bladen amongst others. Go with Page as we head downhill through Cascades. Side of bed. Going Mark Wakefield, he is up into 4th place in pursuit of Henry Neal. But look at this, the leading 5 cars separated by about 4.5 car lengths as they hurtle into Ireland, almost 2-3 wide. Maximum commitment as they then get on the brake for the hairpin. Can't really overtake at Shell Oil's corner. This is great stuff from Simon Walton. Wonderful to see him right at the front of the field as he tries to get Nathan Harrison early on. That is going to prove very hard to do as they ride into the first of the flip-flop chicanes at Britain's. Pretty jagged curves here, so you need to take a big bite. It will be bumpy before they climb up over Hilltop and then down towards Knickerbrook, or rather the Hidslop chicane variant thereof. He leaves his braking desperately late. That's the beauty of these Cooper class cars, is they give so much feedback to the drivers. They really enjoy competing them. There is Max Bladen. He is just tucked in behind Adam Davies. A group of cars, still 8 or so strong, as now Harrison comes onto terms with Simon Walton as they head through Druids on towards Lodge Corner. Prime overtaking opportunities here on the full Oulton Park International Circuit. Eco with Henry Neal, looks to the side of Nathan Harrison. Full steering lock, just enough to keep Mark Wakefield behind him as they then duck down out of Lodge through Deer Leap and then up towards Old Hall into another lap. Oulton is out front, they're all jostling for position. There is Ricky Page. Wonders just if he is biding his time, letting the race come to him as now Wakefield takes the opportunity to try and draw alongside Henry Neal, who eventually recognises that he's coming. In car with Page, the road ahead of him is full of Mini Coopers. Therefore, he's got no option but to back out of the throttle and console himself with 5th. Into Island Bend, still Oulton from Harrison, but Harrison has to look in his mirrors because Henry Neal is on the charge. They withstood that initial challenge from Wakefield. Ricky Page, you just can sense the frustration in the way that he's moving the car around. He's desperate to get ahead of the cars in front of him, but he just can't find any space. It's a pretty narrow track at Oulton Park. Overtaking can be challenging. So again, they ride the curves at Britain. So that time Page, who maybe had the slight misstep, just missed the apex midway through. So they head over Hilltop and then down on the brakes into Hislops. You can overtake at Hizzies, but you really have to leave it very, very late and deep. At the moment, they all seem content to let Simon Oulton make the early running and just runs a pack. 20 minutes with which to sort it out. But now that there's that slight gap opening between Harrison in 2nd place and Henry Neal in 3rd, this is the point at which you'd expect to see Ricky Page and Mark Wakefield beginning to try and make their moves, because they'll be content to run line the stern as long as they're one group. Now there's daylight opening. That is when Page needs to go for it, as he's squeezed onto the grass by Mark Wakefield. Into Lodge corner, just to carry the momentum out, which he does, but again he finds Wakefield's bumper exactly where he wishes to place his car, and they're all still queuing up behind Henry Neal, who's driving very, very well, but is proving to be something of a cork in the bottle now. As Wakefield looks to the outside of Old Hall. It's unlikely to end anything but expensively, so he backs out to the move. Instead, looks to challenge as they head downhill through the avenue and into Cascades, and now Wakefield eases his way past Henry Neal, or does he? No, Neal fights his way back past. Lovely stuff from Henry Neal. So late on the brakes into Cascades. The car, of course, snaps sideways on the exit, but now that gives the opening to Mark Wakefield as they sprint towards Island Bend. Or rather, it's Ricky Page who's the driver who's going to take full advantage. He moves past Wakefield and up into 4th position. On the brakes into Shell Oil's corner, Ricky Page tries to make it 2 passes in 2 corners. Preston is able to stop waving his hand, and he is so frustrated because he can see as Henry Neal defends, it's allowing the leading duo to break a long, long way clear. Neal maintains that 3rd place, and Ricky Page is going to have to reach pretty deeply into his bag of tricks, because Oulton and Harrison, as they can see that gap opening behind them, just running nose to tail and really taking advantage of this almighty squabble that's going on behind. But still, Henry Neal is doing exactly what he needs to do. This is a golden opportunity for Henry to get himself onto the podium, and therefore he is going to do everything he can to hold on to that place. As they climb over Clay Hill and then through Druids. Neal runs a little bit wide of Druids. Now this is Page's opportunity. Ricky Page draws right alongside the sprint towards Lodge Corner, and there is no way that Page is going to concede the position, and indeed Mark Wakefield is able to sneak through the gap as well. Neal runs wide, as does Page, and so Ricky Page allows Mark Wakefield through into 3rd place. Meanwhile, Nathan Harrison looks for the move. Oh, that's brilliant from Nathan Harrison into Old Hall. Desperately late on the brakes, and that is one of the finest overtaking manoeuvres you'll see all season. He absolutely decided to go for the move and pounced. Meanwhile, wherever you look through the field, there are some great battles. John Attard and Darren Chat do battle. It's Attard in the white car, Chat in the green and black machine. There are them heading up over Deerleap on towards Old Hall. It's Attard gets his nose in front on the way in. Chat might fancy his chances on the exit, except he runs wide. There's a seesaw at the wheel. Thumbs up to Attard. Meanwhile, here is Ricky Page. But what we are hearing is that Ricky has been given a 5-second penalty for exceeding the track limits. The bitter irony of that came running wide at Lodge Corner when he moved up into 3rd place. So essentially that means that Mark Wakefield is actually 3rd place on adjusted time. We are into the very late stages of this race. As they head over Hilltop on towards Hizzies. Harrison still leads from Simon Oulton, then Ricky Page, who is really going to have to rely on some major misfortune for those behind to be 5 seconds clear of either Mark Wakefield or Max Bladen by the time they arrive at the checkered flag, which is just a couple of corners away now as they head over Clay Hill. Druids is their next destination. Max Bladen in the blue car with the Union Jack roof just not quite close enough to challenge. Got a little bit of traffic as well. This is Davey, a fairly apple-scarred vehicle, well overhaul. Ricky Page slides through, but crucially for the podium, so does Mark Wakefield. Nothing goes wrong for him at Lodge, so it's Nathan Harrison who takes very, very nicely driven win from Simon Oulton, and then third on the road goes to Ricky Page, but third and adjusted time to Mark Wakefield. Max Bladen next through, and that shuffles Page down to 5th place. While John Attard and Darren Chatt continue their battle, and Chatt is back up ahead of John Attard and is going to be able to hold on through to the line and claim 7th place. So let's have a look then at the final results, with Nathan Harrison winning it from Simon Oulton and Mark Wakefield, then Max Bladen and Ricky Page from Henry Neal, Darren Chatt and John Attard. First podium of the day and time to celebrate. And the reverse grid for the final race. The top 4 will be reversed.
Nathan, the championship lead is back in your hands.
Indeed it is. That was the plan this weekend, just to come and gain some points on Ricky, and it's gone to plan so far.
They've had a few fourths, but not quite on the podium. But they got a good start, got the lead on Nathan, and managed to hold him off for a lot of the race. It was great.
And I think Ricky just got me on the first corner. I think it was 2 laps to go, I think. And I was struggling on them last 2 laps, but got there in the end, and brilliant race.
Not the best of starts for Ricky Page. However, he's still got another chance to claw some points back a little bit later on. Join us again after the break, where we'll have some fun on the grid and racing from the turbocharged minis.